Yo, what is going on, you Pikachu? Today, playing some games with Luke Metal. This specific 60 cards has absolutely been killing it in tournaments recently. It's just kind of been absurd. I talked about it on my Monday video, which if you haven't checked out the Monday video, go check it out. It's where I'm just going to kind of go a little bit more in depth on a couple deck lists that I personally liked throughout the week, throughout the tournaments in the week. So I'm be doing that every single Monday, just looking at lists that were cool, that did well usually, and just kind of go over a little bit more in depth with them, what I like about them, how they operate, things I would maybe change or to maybe change up for certain matchups or text in the future for certain matchups. Yeah, this is one of the lists we looked at, and it's Joshua Sutherland's insanely popular now Luke Metal list that so many people are rocking, and like I said, doing well with in tournaments. I can't even count how many times I've played against this specific 60 cards in tournaments lately. It's been a lot. Thankfully, I've been playing Tempozar in a lot of tournaments, so I have been beating it quite a bit, but it's still been showing up consistently and doing well, so well consistently as well. So yeah, so I just wanted to be like, all right, let's see what the hype is all about. Let's try this ourselves and see how it feels, because I haven't played around with the deck yet myself. It's Luke Metal, so it's not anything too special or new, but a cool list is still a cool list. So let's give it a try. All right, here we go. Getting into our first game. We are going first, and oh yeah, I was about to say it's really bad. It's not. All right, I was about to say not looking good, but we got the capture energy, so we can get a Zacian. Opening Zamazenta is probably the worst starter in the deck because we only want it in some matchups, not all matchups. We can go ahead and get ourselves that Zacian, or maybe not. They are playing Whimsicott, which, to be honest, we really only want. We don't want Zamazenta and Zacian in play in this matchup. I do want to draw the cards. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. And I'm not gonna put Swell in play because in this matchup we probably want to put our power plant in play. All right, so a hit. We don't really want two Zacians in this matchup though, because we don't want to give them like that many outs to, like, I don't want to say free prize cards, but easier Pokemon to take KOs on. The extra draw from Intrepid Sword is so good, and we're probably going to Intrepid Sword next turn anyway, so it's probably correct to just kind of play it this way. But yeah, they are playing, like I said, oh, it's this Whimsicott. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this actually changes things quite a bit. Probably going to use more stations. I thought it was going to be not Whimsicott GX, but Whimsicott, the other one. But yeah, they both evolved from the same Cottonee. I just did not expect the Porygon to be making its way down. A little bit less popular, a little bit more uncommon. I can't even remember the last time I played against this. I play a lot of Pokemon, but yeah, I can't remember the last time I even played against a Whimsicott GX. So Power Plant is still going to be really good. Power Plant's going to be insanely good for us. So gotta use the Power Plant, so that means we don't want to put Swell in play. They probably play a Swell or two, to be honest, to keep those Power Plants out of play. But nothing we can do about that. If they get it, they get it. But hopefully we can get one use of Power Plant off, and we're just going to be swinging. Ooh, not a great start for my opponents. Okay, Cape here. I don't want to Marnie them then. But you know what? They might just have like Candy Porygon Research in hand, because they did use a Quick Ball, 2 Quick Balls, and didn't get a Dene or a Crobat. So they might just have Candy Porygon Research or something like that. So I think I am going to Marnie here. Dimensionalization, because actually now I kind of want the other Zation. We do still want to set up Luke Metal though. There we go. We got the tag call for it. Got a capture to put on it. Got the other cape as well, which is really nice actually. And I'm gonna go ahead and get Guzmahala as well to work with. And not having to find the cape later. We're not gonna get anything off this capture because I don't want to put anything in play that just has lower HP than what I would want in play. I don't want to like give my. Oh my gosh. That's pretty good. Might want to hold one actually. So I can go like, I could go switch Marnie and just get one though. Yeah, just get it. Let's get greedy. The Malon I don't really want to use. I want to keep that. Malon is going to be really good in this matchup to heal, because we're going to reduce the damage they do to us at some point. I don't know when we're going to do that. I don't want to GX attack super aggressively unless I have a decent amount of energy on the Whimsicott. So, but we can go like switch Marnie next turn probably. And if they put a couple energy here, we'll take them away. Oh, I guess then maybe we're just going for the toy box. Oh, well, this is a new hand. I did Marnie them. I was like, I didn't Marnie them. I did Marnie them. But we have switch Marnie. So we'll go switch Marnie. And probably just go for a Brave Blade, to be honest. Just try and get that swing, get that knockout. I do have the Guzmahala, but you know what? I didn't check if what's it called is in there. And even if the Power Plant wasn't there, I don't really want him to hold any 5 cards, because that is what the Toy Box GX does. Search your deck for 5 cards. So they're getting Candy, they're getting Porygon, they're getting probably second GX, bunch of energy, and a Research, depending depending on what else is in their hand. But once again, they didn't play a draw supporter, so they're probably definitely getting research off this toy box. So that's what they're getting into their hand to set up for next turn. I don't want them to have that, so I'm probably just gonna go Marnie switch and just take a swing with the Brave Blade. Once again, I didn't check for my power plant. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of assume it's in there. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to play something this turn and actually find out. But I don't want them to have any 5 cards. So just take the swing, and once again, we kind of have to go through the ability and just kind of hope. To be honest. Okay, so we did get some decent cards here. I'll play the tag call here. I'm gonna grab myself, check for the power plant. It is there, which is great. Grab myself. Well, it looks like we prized both our Caitlyn and Cynthia's. I was like, do I want a Caitlyn and Cynthia? I can't even get a Caitlyn and Cynthia, so we're gonna take these 2 and attach here, and then throw down a doll, and then Brave Blade. Does my opponent get heads? They do. So no knockout from us, but that's fine. We have to swing through this a couple times. The power plant might stick though, to be honest as well. Maybe I should have been more aggressive with that power plant. Although one of the cards they maybe would have searched out off that toy box would have been a swell if they play it, but we can get power plant next turn. I won't be able to attack next turn, I guess, though, so I probably will have to go with the GX attack. I mean, it depends how many energy they put in play on this. They have 2 on it now, which isn't a whole ton. But they could definitely put quite a few more this turn. My top deck energy, I could go like retreat, Metal Saucer here, attach doll under. Could even Guzman Holloway this and the top deck. And then get the goggles, codeine, do the retreat, attach here, and then I can go with the heavy impact with the power plant to get the knockout, because it is weak to metal, which is something cool to be able to utilize the heavy impact, or even utilize assault tackle. To be honest, maybe I shouldn't have even set up a second station, because this thing can swing multiple turns in a row over and over again. So it's probably just better to set up a Zamazenta now that I'm thinking about it, to be honest. All right, I don't like losing a Malamana though. I feel like I'm kind of stuck. But I guess Brave Blades can KO stuff like Crobats and Dedenne, so that later on would be nice as well. But I could have gone like 1 Zacian, 1 Zam. 1 Luke Metal probably would have been a better line to have taken here overall. Could do it though, just get the knockout. And if my opponent doesn't have an answer for the stadium, I guess we're just kind of in a really good spot. So let's go ahead and do it, I guess. We're just going to do it. Goggles, this, that. Treat to the doll. Codeine, saucer, goggles, power plant. So no ability from the Whimsicott now, and we get to go ahead and use that heavy impact for the KO. Not gonna full metal wall yet. I really want them to commit a decent amount of energy before I full metal wall them. Yeah, let's see if they got an answer for the power plant, because if they just don't, I mean, we could just win already, basically already win the game. But yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Zamazenta is pretty good here because we can assault tackle. Oh, it also discards a special energy. I heard the Zamazenta should have definitely been the Pokemon I set up. I wasn't thinking about the interactions Zamazenta had in this matchup. We definitely should have gone, maybe even, well, I like the Intrepid Swords early on to get me those cards. So like one Zacian, 1 Zamazenta was probably the play, and who knows, maybe we go into second Zamazenta at some point as well, because it does discard the energy as well, which means it reduces the damage they're dealing. Yeah, and just like puts us in a way better spot. Definitely should have been the play I went for. I wasn't fully thinking there. Now that I've started to play the matchup though, Zam's pretty good. Okay, there's a Snorlax, so they're gonna take advantage of that Gourmandize here to draw themselves some cards. Boss stall on my station. I do have a Malamana, so I can switch out of this. I think I will do that. Just keep being aggressive here. Keep swinging. I wish I had a boss switch here, but we can't do those 2 cards in 1 turn anyways. I'm going to go ahead and thin out the deck. Increase my chance of top decking something better. I don't love using the Malamana here, but I also want to be aggressive. And now I don't really need to go through two more Whimsicotts. I can like knock out 1 Whimsicott. So even if they get the stadium replacement here coming up on like this next turn or something, even if they get the stadium replacement, and I don't get the 1-hit KO, like I have to flip through it a couple times to get the knockout, then we can go boss, KO, a Porygon 2, or Porygon Z, my bad, and then or a Porygon, whatever, and then we can just KO that instead of having to go through 2 Whimsicotts. But that's only if they replace the stadium, because if they just don't replace the stadium, we just keep swinging through their active. We're gonna win that way anyway. So we're just in a really good spot in general here, overall. Or so that's the way it feels. And well, the biggest thing is like, do they, because if they just don't have a stadium replacement here, I think we're probably just gonna win. So the biggest thing is just, do they have a stadium replacement? If they do, could still be close, especially if they somehow got a KO on my Luke Metal this turn, which is gonna be pretty tough. We have a lot of HP. They still have a lot of energy left. They really haven't been through that many energy though, to be honest. So they definitely could get there definitely possible. Here we see them getting out another Cottony here with the capture. There's the fairy for turn, but just an energy blow for 160. I don't think that's gonna cut it. All right, Caitlyn and Cynthia. Gonna get rid of the Zacian here because I can like tag call for that at some point if I want to. Gonna grab back the boss. Once again, we can do this boss play to get around Whimsicott. Attach metal saucer here. I was about to put it over here, but that makes no sense when I want to set up an attacker. Now I just kind of want to quick ball the Luke Metal, to be honest, and just thin out the deck. Be aggressive about that. Just grab this. The reason I want the Luke Metal round more than the other one, because I can use like tag call to get like Guzmahala plus the Luke Metal, and discard the Luke Metal. Whereas the extrazation is not going to really do anything for me. But yeah, the power plant stuck, so heavy impact knockout. And now, even if our opponent has a swell here to bump this and set up a new Whimsicott, we just have boss in hand, so we can just go boss KO Porygon or Porygon 2. That's why getting that knockout on Snorlax opens up so many lines for us here. And if the power plant just sticks, well, we can just Brave Blade a Whimsicott and we're just chilling. So we're just in a really, really good spot here. And like I said, yeah, there's the well played from my opponent. There's the pass, and they're letting me take out this Cottony to close it out here with another heavy impact. And we get a dub over the Whimsicott in this first game. All right, here we go again, going second in this one, but that's fine. This deck actually operates super well going second because we have to go like turn one Guzmahala, kind of grab whatever we want. Of course, it's if we get, I mean, we're not guaranteed to turn one Guzmahala, but we have a lot of them in here. And hey, look, there's a turn one Guzmahala. And I'm gonna open Luke Metal here because we don't always want Zamazenta. Zamazenta is like a sometimes card, and it feels like can do more harm than good. Not all the time, but sometimes. So it looks like we're up against Single Strike. Man, I don't even know how this matchup goes, to be honest. They can hit us really hard really early on. I don't want to turn one GX attack. And we do have Zamazentas, but they can get through our Zams. 2 Zam in this matchup sounds like it's going to be the way to go, because they need to get to the huge attack to actually get through the Zamazentas. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close, to be honest. I think it's gonna be a close one. Slow start from our opponent though, so we're gonna take big advantage of that. Okay, so we want to be able to Full Metal Wall next turn, so then we're gonna go like this. We're gonna get that Zacian out. I'm gonna Guzmahala away. I kind of want to keep the switch around. I was thinking about getting rid of the Codeine, because we're gonna get another energy off the Guzmahala anyways. Makes the most sense to me. Definitely get rid of the basic because we have Metal Saucer in the hand. And Power Plant could be good. How good is it going to be? They play Scoop Up Net, so they're playing like a Jirachi build of Single Strike here. I'm definitely going to get the goggles for my active. Definitely going to get the special energy so we have another energy on the next turn. Power Plant versus Swell. I kind of like the idea of keeping the tower out of play, but I don't want to be able to Data Change. Let's go for the Power Plant and see. I mean, that could, if we're going to get value out of it, it's going to carry us earlier on than not. So Power Plant. Reduce the damage on the active. Metal Saucer, but to who? To which one do I want a Metal Saucer to here? Probably the Zam. Probably the Zam. I do want to do it now before my opponent potentially plays Marnie. I can speak sometimes. Draw off the Intrepid Sword. Not great. But we got the Full Metal Wall for the next turn. We can hide behind Zamazenta potentially. And we're gonna have to probably go into Intrepid Sword on our following turns here. We're gonna have to go GX attack next turn maybe, or maybe not. If they just don't have a very explosive turn and I'm not too scared of what they can potentially, you know, do, we could just chill for a turn. And who knows, maybe they'll Marnie me. Maybe they will, yeah, hit me with a Marnie. Maybe they'll hit me with a Marnie. That would be great. That'd be great. I love a Marnie here. But yeah, 2 energies, good enough for me, to be honest. To discard here with the GX attack. And then, like I said, we'll probably have to go into that Intrepid Sword afterwards. A little bit undecided on which one of these I wanted to set up fully. I mean, my Zamazenta can't get one. All right, there we go. There's the Marnie. My Zamazenta can't get one KO'd anyways through the impact blow. I mean, it could if they had like, I mean, once I GX attack, they would need like 4. Would that even do it? They would need a lot. They would need a lot. They would need a lot. Got the energy back. Did not get much else though, despite getting Marnie here. We did not draw into pretty much anything else there. So I mean, I guess I got us deeper. The hand's like a little bit better than the last one. It doesn't have Switch in it, I guess. To be honest, the option of Switch is nice. The goggles are nice to get out right now, of course, but yeah, not a whole ton gained in that draw at all. Not a whole ton gained at all. There's the VMAX. It looks like they are going to VMAX here, and then we're just going to GX attack and then try and go into this Amazon. Like I said, they have to use like the full effect of the excuse me, they have to like use like the full effect of the big attack to actually do enough. Okay, so do I want how badly do I want Cape on here? Would get us effectively 300 HP. 290. So we do actually want the cape on here. Actually makes a difference for sure, because it gets us to effectively 310 HP. Oh no, that's like the same thing, right? 290. No, it would be nice. Yeah, the cape would be nice to have on here. So they want to try and hold out for the cape. Gonna GX attack, start taking that reduced damage. Rest of the hand, not great. I don't want to Marnie my opponent because they only have a 2-card hand, but probably a draw supporter in there. Goggles here versus cape on here. We get up to 300 HP, which is also relevant, to be honest. So I think I'm going to hold out for capes on these two. I don't want to punch a new Zacian down yet as well, because then that's like another thing I need to or want to get a cape on as well, which is just like that much more I got to do, right? So chill. Don't want to leave anything open like that for my opponent to take advantage of. We can like Maulana and Intrepid Sword next turn, which would be a pretty good play. And maybe even look to set up the Zacian, go attach to Zacian. Maulana away Zacian plus top deck. Could go for a boss Steel Fist, but there's nothing really good to Steel Fist here. So chasing Houndoom at some point, especially with the Assault Tackle, could be really good. So that's a play we can look for as well. Especially when they have to burn a bunch of energy to like KO this Zamazenta. If we take out the Houndooms beforehand, then they commit all their energy to KO Zamazenta, and then we're like, okay, that's fine. Oh, the net to reset the Houndoom. That's actually super cool. That's actually super cute. I haven't seen that yet. This is the first time I've seen this. I don't know if they play Jirachi then. Maybe they just play the nets for the Houndooms, which is just, it's just super cool. They can, oh, you can't use Impact Blow on the next turn. Okay, so maybe they can't actually knock us out here. We need to switch to the bench and then get back to the active. So maybe they can't knock out my Zacian or my Luke Metal, which would be great, because then we can Maulana, either getting rid of boss this if I really like my top deck, or the Zacian plus the top deck, heal up, run to the doll. And what, they got 160 left. Do I want to set up this? I'm still not sure if I want to set up Zamazenta. I probably want to look to set up the Zacian to create that as a threat and be like, okay, you don't, move this along, make it a VMAX. I'm gonna hit it. Yeah, they're just going for that laser focus, and it is a fail. Another doll, so I'll probably get rid of the boss, to be honest, because dolls are kind of cool. Yeah, dolls are kind of cool. Having a doll to pivot after this doll goes down potentially is gonna be good. Draw is not that good. We did find one of the capes, but the rest of it is kind of just, we're gonna Intrepid Sword again next turn, basically, unless we top deck. We're gonna be Intrepid Swording again next turn, which isn't that big of a deal. Now we gotta figure out the cape. So the cape effectively gets us to 310. They hit for 270 with the VMAX, plus 1 strong. I mean, they're basically getting to the 1-hit KO on either of these, to be honest. So maybe I should have just thrown down the metal goggles when I had them. The metal goggles obviously have to go on the Luke Metal, but maybe I should have just gone ahead and thrown them down. A lot of HP to work through as well. And then on this, we're looking at, yeah, they're basically getting there no matter what. Yeah, here comes a chase on my Zacian. They're going to take it out instead. They're actually taking that out instead of the Zamazenta. That's actually kind of a surprise. I guess it was my draw power here, which, to be honest, is going to be a little bit annoying. Huh. It definitely is annoying. They can't attack next turn, so I could just go ahead and hit them with Luke Metal, to be honest, because they can't attack next turn. Unless they have the Rage Scroll, I guess. Let's just send up a doll and see what happens. Because even if we top deck a Zacian, we could just Intrepid Sword again. Did not top deck a Zacian. I guess we're hitting with Luke Metal. This does not feel great. Guarantee you that. I guarantee you that this does not feel great. Could get this out of the deck as well. I kind of like that, actually. Maybe I should have put down the second Zacian for the reason like this. I didn't expect him to chase my Zacian there, to be honest, but they did do it, so. We still have a lot of outs to draw support. All of our tag calls are in there. Caitlyn and Cynthia's, Marnie's. We could get like a quick ball or capture energy to another Zacian and Intrepid Sword. That wouldn't be that great, to be honest. I would like to keep attacking from here on out. Yeah, I would like to keep up with the attacking. That'd be great to keep attacking. We'll see if they have the Rage Scroll, though. That's the only way they can attack this turn is through the single. I don't even know what the name of the card is, to be honest. It's a single strikes, a tool card. You put it on it, and then you can rage. Or it's like a rage attack, outrage attack, whatever. You guys know what you guys know the card. I know the card. It's the only thing they have that would make them be able to attack this next turn. There's an urn. Oh, they did start needing those too. They did have 4 single strikes in the discard pile there. And actually, how many Houndoom do they have discarded now? Oh, just 1. I thought it was 2. 1 Houndour, 1 Houndoom. So we still got to keep working through my opponent's resources here, which they do have a lot left. So it's going to be a little while until we get to any point where we're in a good spot. Yeah, well, like I said, maybe I should have benched that second Zacian instead of like putting it on the bottom of the deck. It just didn't feel great to put in play. But I guess when my opponents, their 1-hit KO potential is like, I can't survive it no matter what. Like, having an Extrazation in play to try and play around with that, I guess the only thing it would stop it from is maybe a Impact Blow from getting the KO, but even then, that's probably not going to stop it either. Like, they wouldn't be able to get the KO anyways. Okay, I could Mal and Lana, fully heal this. We'd effectively have 320, which would be pretty good, to be honest. And then hit again. To be honest, I don't really see a better play. I'm going to go ahead and just do it. We're really living off the top deck now, because we got a 0-card hand. Really living off the top deck. Steel Fist, once again, thinning out a Metal Energy, but we're also shuffling the doll that we just put on the bottom of the deck back into the deck, so it's not really doing that much overall, to be honest, but it's the only thing we got. So, and now, unfortunately, if we top deck Caitlyn and Cynthia, we don't have a card to discard, so that's the only huge drawback here, is if we do top deck Caitlyn and Cynthia, we do not have a card to discard to draw 3 cards. We could use it to recover a Marnie, which we probably would, to just play it and recover Marnie, but unfortunately, it doesn't have that. We won't be able to get the bonus effect because we don't have a card to go with it here. Here comes some more single strike roars. Urshifu Max is getting set up. We're probably getting knocked out this turn. Oh, I forgot, it also ignores all effects. So this is just irrelevant when I was playing around the whole time. Well, no, I guess no, because they're always gonna have the strong energy as well. Yeah, I was kind of overthinking the tool attachments here. I was like, maybe, but like they're always gonna, it ignores all effects. I completely forgot it ignores all effects. I was like, it just hits really hard. But I also knew it KO'd Zamazenta, so I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. But yeah, this one's not looking good for us. They do only have 130 HP left, but we don't have this Zamazenta to be set up to be able to take this knockout. If we could take this knockout, I mean, they're once again down all single strike energy, 2 urns in the discard pile. I guess this thing might not be. I don't want to say won't be attacking next turn because it's possible they could. I guess Beatdown wouldn't be able to hit us. There we go. Tag call top deck. So we're back in it with these two. I kind of want to take boss so I can make sure I can chase whatever gets energy, I feel like. That makes sense, right? I'll just take the boss and see how that goes. I do need an energy here as well. We got the energy. Got a doll to work with. Okay, okay. They can't attack next turn, like I said. They could use Beatdown, but it won't do anything because they're VMAX and we're Zamazenta. So we got boss. If we top deck energy, we could chase whatever they put energy on. They probably have 2 urn left. They have 1 single strike energy in the deck. Like I said, I bet they play 4 urn. The big question is how many other energies do they play? I've seen people play 4. 4 is usually the minimum people play, but I've seen up to like 5 or 6 as well. So they could have like a couple extra other energy in the deck still. And that's really the big question, is how many energy do they play? And I think sometimes we want to be able to focus Houndooms. In this situation, I don't think focusing Houndooms is going to do a whole ton for us, even if we top deck energy here. Could just take the knockout here if we top deck the energy. But if they put any energy on this VMAX to start building this one up, I think that's what we want to focus this VMAX. There was a Dedenne grab. Are they really going to discard their whole hand here? No way. Maybe there's the only thing to thin out of the deck. That could be it. It could be the only thing to thin out of the deck here. All right, single strike energy again. That's not good for us. Yeah, there's another use of the Tower of Darkness. They're just looking for urns here. That's the only thing they really need here to potentially close this one out pretty quickly, actually. And pass. How many switch cards do they have left, actually? Probably 1 or 2. Hey, Marnie. I want to keep the boss in the deck because I want the option of the boss. We could go with it. I think we should go Intrepid Sword here because it doesn't really matter. If they can attack with the full effect, they can knock out this, or they can knock out Azation, so it doesn't really matter. I definitely overthought that in the early game quite a bit. I was like, oh, I want this, or this or that. I want to be able to find a boss as well. So we're gonna bench this, attach here Intrepid. Hopefully find a boss. Did not find a boss. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because if they're set up to use this attack, they're KOing literally anything in my deck. It's just like, how many times can they set up to do that before we win the game? And the answer is, so far, it's been pretty good for them, but we haven't been able to put a whole ton of pressure on them, which has definitely been why we haven't been able to, I don't know, it just hasn't been that great for us. We haven't been able to put a whole ton of pressure. Here comes a research from my opponent. The bench one is set up, almost set up, ready to go. They still need to find an urn. So they play 4 stone energy. We confirmed that. So they have 6 other energy besides the single strike. So it's probably a 4-2 split on those. There's the urn. Can I even stop them at this point? Even if I top decked a boss here, brought this up and removed an energy, they would just be able to Houndoom out the other one and then knock me out with the G-Max 1 blow. So what is my win condition at this point? How many boss are they down? They're down 1 boss, only 1 switch. Theoretically, if they only play 2 switch and their other switch is prized, I could trap this in the active. Turns out they also play Mewtwo. Boss is on top of the deck, so that makes me think that this thing can move next turn. So we're gonna play a Marnie. Maybe we'll get rid of the switch card. I'm like trying to piece together a way to win here. I'm not being able to really come up with anything. We did top deck the boss, but that doesn't do, we know it doesn't do anything because they have a single strike energy in the deck now. Yep. So Cape here, play Marnie. I'm struggling to come up with a win con here. I don't see it. We're gonna keep playing, keep going through the motions. This there. I'm gonna play one of these. Maybe I'll play both. How many cards are left? Nothing. I just want to shuffle the deck to be able to get access to the boss. Play this here in case they Marnie next turn. Get them out of the deck. Okay. More cards to the hand. Go ahead. Yeah, maybe if we leave this in the active, they can't move it. Maybe that is a way we can win the game. I bet they play more than one switch. Maybe they only play two though. Maybe they only play two. And the second one could be prized, right? The second one could be prized. We're just gonna wait and see what happens. Like currently our opponent decks out first and we always put dolls on the bottom of our deck. Got a lot of energy there. This is where I would love to be able to GX attack, to be honest. If we could GX attack this Urshifu. They do play the scrolls. They do play the scrolls. See, that's the scroll I was talking about. But it doesn't matter when they're trying to attack a Zamazenta. I think I maybe messed that up earlier as well. I'm bringing up like a ton of lines of play that have nothing to do with anything and just aren't relevant. My goodness. Okay, what if we attack this? No, it doesn't really do anything. I guess they could have scroll KO'd my Zacian last turn. So maybe trying to boss up a Houndoom, but then they could net the Houndoom. They probably play 4 net. I think hoping this thing gets stuck, and then hoping they can't KO my Zacian with scroll. I want to make sure I have a switch card. Because you could go Caitlyn and Cynthia. I'll get rid of this. I don't think it really matters what I get rid of here. Just grab Malon to make sure we can move. Doesn't really matter if I draw more cards. I can always put the dolls under, like I said. Just pass. Once again, can my opponent move their active and boss in the same turn is the question. Because if they can't, we could win. Actually, I mean, they should hold out until they can move it and boss. Attachment to the active. Okay. Maybe they can move the active by retreating it. Here comes a Marnie. They're getting closer and closer. I wonder if we could catch them and deck them out with a Marnie if they play too many. I mean, we definitely could. If they play 3 cards here, we could deck them out with Marnie. We have Marnie. They didn't do it though. Stop some potential draw power. Sure, why not? This there, this here. Intrepid Sword for options. Don't want to use the Marnie yet because we could still catch them in that play. And pass over to my opponent. Do they finally have switch boss? Yes, no, maybe. There's the switch. We know they have the boss, so they wouldn't play the switch here unless they had the boss. Okay, they did have switch boss. So this is what we're inevitably waiting for. Unless it was prize. Maybe they only do play 2 switch. And if it was prize there, we actually had a chance. Which is kind of funny, but didn't work out. We do take an L here. Definitely a tough matchup. But definitely winnable. Definitely winnable. We just... I couldn't put any pressure on early on, which is definitely one of the flaws of this like specific build of Luke Metal is I mean, you don't play 4 research. There's just not as many draw supporters or like the Poke Gears or stuff like that. It's not as much draw support in the deck, so you can more easily get stuck in those hands where it's just like, or situations where it's just like, I don't have a way to draw cards. But that's gonna do it, guys, for Luke Metal. Definitely good deck. Luke Metal's good. Is this the best way to play it? Who knows? But it's definitely not a bad way to play Luke Metal. So if you guys are looking for a different way to play Luke Metal, try this one out, and I'll see you tomorrow.